Live from Saskatchewan, this is the Sask Show with Lindsay May.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, I'm Lindsay May, and welcome to the Sask Show. The Sask stuff today, taking a glance at how you can get the bivalent COVID vaccine for anyone 18 years or older, and, of course, the minimum wage going up. Around the world, an incredible rapper, actor, and producer has passed away. We will spill the pill with something rather embarrassing a representative from Saskatchewan did, and, of course, go out for a rip because you got to make sure you guys have some events for next weekend if you're looking for something to do around the province. Let's jump in.
The Sask stuff.
If you've been waiting to get that bivalent vaccine, you can now do so. All Saskatchewan residents over the age of 18 are now able to get the Omicron COVID vaccine. Essentially, this bivalent vaccine not only targets the regular strain of COVID, but the Omicron variant, which has kind of been decimating a lot of the area with people getting sick lately. So we're trying to take care of people here. The Saskatchewan Health Authority says that you can do a book-in. You can go online and do the regular book-ins. You're going to have to probably wait a little bit. I know a lot of people are having a tough time finding an appointment, or you can check for a walk-in. Call your local pharmacy, see if they have it. If they do, you might be able to go and get yourself vaccinated for the bivalent COVID vaccine. In other Sask news, our population is going up. And no, it's not because we're bumping uglies. It's because we had a lot of people come in from immigration. During our second quarter of 2022, we saw about 6,400 people move to Saskatchewan. That makes a 1.1% jump. Now, before we get all excited and we're like, yeah, province is totally booming. Okay, we need to reflect on the fact that there is some interprovincial migration, is what they call it. So we did see a lot of people from other provinces move to Saskatchewan as well. However, there was about 8,900 people who did leave Saskatchewan at the same time. It equals out to about like 2,000 people in a drop. So we're a little bit up, we're a little bit down. We're still technically down in population. Either way, we want to thank all of the Ukrainian immigrants who did join into Saskatchewan and come to Saskatchewan. We understand the circumstances aren't necessarily the way that we would have loved for you to come to this province, but we do appreciate you being here and we welcome you with open arms. And finally, Saskatchewan's minimum wage has gone up to $13 an hour, which is it too little too late at this point? Here's the thing. Our minimum wage was at $11.81. It's gone up to $13. That's great. Now we are going to see the impacts of this with some of our small business owners and our employers who are going to be struggling to be able to pay this extra money in wages. We're probably going to see some price increases in these local businesses. We understand that. We respect that. Here's what we're also going to be saying. In 2023, October 1st, minimum wage is going up to $14 an hour. In 2024, another dollar. We'll see it go up to $15 an hour. Is that too little too late at that point, considering other provinces by that point should be hitting $17 to $18 an hour for their minimum wage? And here's the thing. Here in Saskatchewan, we still are hailing the lowest minimum wage in the country, regardless of the fact that we just boosted it. The same day that we increased our minimum wage to $13 an hour, Manitoba came in because they cannot be beat by Saskatchewan, and they said $13.50 an hour. So at the moment, we remain the lowest minimum wage in the country.
She's the friend you should never sit next to at a funeral. You're listening to The Sask Show with your host, Lindsay May. Spill the Pil.
Now, Spill the Pil, if this is your first time being a part of it, is a segment where we like to talk about the things that are going viral on the internet relating to Saskatchewan. And unfortunately, it's a government representative again who's looking kind of dumb on the internet after saying something stupid in Parliament. The Battlefords and Lloydminster MP Rosemary Falk went into Parliament and complained that the carbon tax was not stopping hurricanes.
I guess what's perplexing about quote-unquote carbon pricing, carbon tax, is what is it doing to prevent disasters? What has the federally imposed liberal carbon tax, because I come from a province that it has been imposed on, done for the environment? How come it didn't prevent Hurricane Fiona?
So if you missed the context behind that, she's saying that the carbon tax isn't proving to be effective because hurricanes are still happening. Look at the East Coast with Fiona. probably didn't take a grade 6 science class. That's what I'm guessing in this one. We're looking quite stupid in Parliament at the moment, and it just goes to show that maybe our government officials, before they speak, should probably have some sort of education behind the subject that they're speaking about before going in and looking like an absolute jackass.
You're listening to The Sask Show with your host, Lindsay May. With Lindsay May.
Taking a look at news from around the world, McDonald's said, yes, we're finally going to give you adult Happy Meals. And yes, it comes with a toy. No, I'm going to burst your bubble right now. You're not getting a McVibrator. It's actually something a lot more conservative than that, but it still hits the nostalgia points in all of our brains. They've actually teamed up with a company called the Cactus Plant Flea Market Box. It's a streetwear brand, and they've decided to create 2 different McHappy Meals for adults. One's going to include the Big Mac. The other one is the 10-piece McNugget meal. You're going to get your pop, your fries, and everything with that. But you also get 1 of 4 collectible figurines. They got Grimace, Hamburglar, and Birdie, as well as Cactus Buddy, which I don't recall being one that we collected as kids before or we knew about, but either way, our nostalgia's back. We're getting adult Happy Meals. We hopefully get a cute box and everything like that. And these are all probably going to go for lots of money in the future. Now, there was some sad news that did come out from around the world this week, and it was that Coolio has passed away. The Grammy Award-winning rapper, producer, and actor, and best known for his song Gangsta's Paradise that came out back in 1995. He passed away on Wednesday. He was 59 years old. Now, no cause of death has been given at this point, but we wanted to take a second and remember Coolio with some of his most iconic quotes that he has ever given to us. For example, from the song The Revolution, which came out on his album Gangsta's Paradise back in 1995. Life is full of hardships, pimp slaps, and sorrow. Now, another one of Coolio's most iconic quotes actually comes from his book, Cookin' with Coolio, 5-star meals at a 1-star price. This one, probably my all-time favorite. Everything I cook tastes better than your mama's nipples. Rest in peace, Coolio.
Just out for a rip, are you, bud?
Now, if you're looking for some stuff to do around the province next week, there's a lot of great events that are actually going to be coming up on Saturday, specifically in Saskatoon. If you want to head to the TCU place, the Mavericks are going to be performing with special guest Los Lobos. But maybe that's not your style. That's all right. You're looking for a little more EDM sound. This is kind of neat. Someone who I listened to a lot in college. We got Borgor, who's going to be at the Coors Event Center if you want to go and check that out. Perhaps neither of those were your bag and you're looking for something a little more family-friendly. This is great, too. At the Red Barn out in McLean, they're going to be having a Harvest Hoedown Barn Dance. And it's a very family-friendly event. They got some great artists that are going to be joining in on this one as well. The Twin Fiddles, JJ Guy and Gordon Stauble, as well as North American Fiddle Hall of Famers. Next Saturday at 7 o'clock, some great stuff that's happening in the province. So if you want to go out for a rip, you might want to take a trip to one of those places.
You're listening to The Sask Show with your host, Lindsay May.
Now that's a wrap for the Sask Show this week, but if you ever have anything you want to talk about here in Saskatchewan, whether it's news, an event, something that people should know about, feel free to get in touch with me. You can find me online, thesaskshow.ca, or Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, anywhere. Just look for the handle, The Sask Show. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening. Follow us online at thesaskshow.ca.